Hey guys, it's your girl Crystal with a basket case. Today, we are going to be assembling what I call a baby box. I got a special request. I've made several of these boxes and I take them for custom orders. So I got a special request for a baby box for a little girl. It is for a baby shower gift, and I call it a baby box because voila, I use this clear cake box to build my gift. Now, I assembled this off camera a while ago. In fact, I had it for another gift concept, and the gift concept in transit for Mother's Day, it became kind of wonky. So I took it all apart and took everything out of it. So I kept the box assembled. So I figured, I just put it up and said, you know what, I'll be able to use this for another concept. And lo and behold, I got an order for my baby box. Okay, so we are going to build this together step by step. What it is I usually put the items inside the box because it's clear all the way around. Like I said, it's a cake box. And we usually build the customized items in the box. For this particular baby box, we're going to go ahead and monogram the box. So we're going to customize it with the baby's name on it. And her name is Jaslyn. And so what we're going to do first is we're going to go ahead and put Jaslyn's name on the box. And we're going to embellish the box a little bit. And then we're going to build the items inside. I'm also going to use my... I don't know if I'm going to sublimate it or if I'm just going to do vinyl, but usually for these orders or customized orders, I vinyl or customized baby onesies and bibs with the baby's names on it as well. So that's what we're going to be doing today, and it's a process, so it's going to be a step-by-step process. But anyway, this is the box that we're going to use, and we're going to go ahead and start customizing it and putting her name on the box. Okay, so bear with me and let's get into it. Oh, before you go, please, 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 if you haven't already, would you like this video? Of course, your comments are always, always appreciated. If you have not subscribed to the channel, I personally would appreciate it if you do. And that helps me with the algorithm when you give a thumbs up. And for all of you that have already subscribed and have been sticking and staying with me, mwah, love you so very much. So let me know what you think about this. And like I said, hang tight and we're going to get into it. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, so here I am. The first step is we're going to go ahead and embellish that box. So this is my trusty Cricut machine. And what I'm cutting out here is basically just the name of the baby. So we could go ahead and put it on the box. And there I am. And that's a process called weeding. And basically, you're just pulling the negative vinyl away from your image. Okay? And that's what it's going to look like. Now, I did go ahead and offset it, which means I cut two of the same, one in a darker pink to make that pop, and then one in the lighter pink, which is going to be the offset. Okay, I also went ahead and I wanted to embellish it a little bit more. Right down in the corner of that box, I'm going to go ahead and put those two little hearts. Okay, again, I'm weeding it, and that's what the heart's going to look like, and we're going to put them right there. Okay, and there I am, putting the vinyl on there, making sure it sticks really, really well. Guys, I had to do a voiceover on this because I was at home in my craft room and they were outside cutting grass really, really, really loud. So it just had too much of an interference. Okay, what you just saw there was a t-shirt and a bib. And what I'm doing here is I took my same Cricut machine and with my heat transfer vinyl, I'm going to go ahead and do a monogram on the baby onesie. Also going to go ahead and monogram the bib. Okay, so that's the J. Her name is Jaslyn, and that's what it's going to look like. Okay, so I went over to my trusty little heat press and I'm warming up the shirt just a little bit, just to practice that I do. I take my lint roller and roll the lint off and then I warm up the shirt. I'm folding it in half to give it a good crease down the middle. That's just a little trick that I do so I can get my applique to line up exactly right. Folding it applique in half and I'm lining up the line on the applique and on the shirt. Again, that's going to allow me to get that positioned exactly right and in the middle. That, what you see there, guys, is a Teflon sheet. I always use my Teflon sheets when I'm heat pressing because it allows the heat to penetrate without scorching the fabric. Okay, so there it is, and it came out pretty cute. This is a warm peel vinyl, which means you can peel off the vinyl while it's warm. Some of it's a cold peel. You have to wait until that heat cools off to be able to pull that transfer sheet off. Okay, and that's her name, Jaslyn. And I'm going to place that right over the J. Okay, so that's kind of what I want it to look like. I thought it came out cute. I'm using the same colors on her shirt as I did on the box. Of course, that's your preference. You can do whatever you want. Again, that's my warm peel, and that's baby Jaslyn's shirt. I think it came out really, really cute. Now, for the hearts, I have hearts on the box, but I'm also putting little hearts on the onesie. And I always like for babies to stick little appliques on their little butts. So that's what I did. I put that heart right back there on the back, and you'll see that in a second. Okay, took the same image, that J, and I'm going to do the same thing with the bib. But instead of putting her whole name, we're just going to put the letter J for the monogram. Again, my heat press, and it's a warm peel. You can check out, if you're going to do this, I pressed 300 degrees for like 30 or 40 seconds, I believe it was. But you can definitely, if you're going to do this, check and make sure for the fabric and the vinyl that you're using that you have the correct heating time. Okay, so that's the box. That's the cake box. Looks so cute. And first thing we're going to put in there is baby koala. I got these after Christmas last year, I believe, from Walgreens. They had some koalas, and if you see, she's holding a blanket. And I cleared the shelves. I got a bunch of them, and I pretty much use them all for these concepts. I just think they're so cute. Okay, so that's the baby onesie, and of course I am folding it in half because I want to get it right where I can slide it right down in the front of that box. All I'm interested in is the name being shown. When the recipient mom opens up the box, she will definitely be able to tell that it is a baby onesie. That's the bib as well. And I'm folding that bib, but I'm trying to decide on placement. I decided that I'm just going to wait and put that bib in there at a later time. I'm going to go ahead and get my box stuffed first, just to make sure I have a perfect place for it. I have another receiving blanket. Again, the koala is holding a nice, warm, cozy blanket, but I have a baby's receiving blanket that I'm using as well. Just put a piece of cardboard in the middle of that so it could stand up really nice and tall. What baby box would be complete, or wouldn't be complete rather, without some diaper wipes? Okay, I chose the Fisher Price diaper wipes. I wanted them in teal because I think it gave my box just a little bit of color. Again, everything doesn't have to be matchy-matchy, but I do like my items to be cohesive. Okay, what I'm doing here is looking for the perfect spot to put that baby wash. So I went ahead and I moved the diaper wipes. Okay, we're going to set those kind of to the back, and that created a nice little space where I could slide that baby wash right down in there. I like how that looks. I love these cake boxes because they expand a little bit, so they're really, really pliable. You don't want to put too much and overstuff it, but it can hold quite a few items, as you can see here. Those are some baby bows, and we're going to try to get those down in there. Excuse my arm. And then I'm pulling them out there because I had to check and make sure that the price wasn't on it. Sometimes I have to go back and double check. Okay, so I think those bows look really cute right down in there. Baby hair bows, those what they are for the little girl. Okay, those are some cutie patootie little booties. Aren't they precious? Okay, so we're going to go ahead and put those down in there. Now, in the past, I have monogrammed socks to match the onesies, but in this particular instance, I had those little booties and the little headband onesie, so I thought, yep, I'm using those. Here, I'm going to put the headband on the baby koala simply because I don't want it messed up or smushed, or if I try to stick it down in the baby box, because you can see it's getting pretty full. So I just went ahead and put it on her head. When mom opens the box, she can definitely take it off and use it for the baby if she wishes. Okay, so last but not least, definitely not last, we're going to go ahead and just fold this bib more or less in a handkerchief style. And I think what I'm going to do is just slide it right down there on the side of that blanket. Again, I want mom to be able to see the monogrammed items. When she opens it up, she'll see that it's a bib, and I think it'll be a nice little surprise for her. Okay, so pretty much, I'm going to fix those shoes in a minute. They just got a little jumbled up there. There's a couple of more items that I need to get in here. That's the baby's binky. Okay, and I'm going to place that down in there. I did take the binky out of the packaging. I'm an old school mom, so when my babies were little, everything that I gave them, binkies and even their clothes, their bottles, I would boil their bottles before I gave it to them, and we'd wash their clothes and drift before I even put it on them. So that's why I didn't mind taking anything out of the packaging. Here, I'm trying to find a place for those keys. Those are teething keys or rattle, just a little plastic keys. I am not liking where they are fitting in this baby box at all. So you can see here I'm trying several different places, and you're going to see me taking them out of the box in the back because I didn't even like them there. Told you I was going to straighten out those shoes. That was really bothering me. I am going to take those keys out of the back. I did there. And I wanted to place one of the little Playtex, I'm sorry, not Playtex, Advent, one of the little Advent 4-ounce bottles in there for her. So I took those keys out. Okay. You're going to see a little bit later. I'm going to do something really creative with those keys because I don't know, for whatever reason, I just wasn't feeling them in this baby box. Now you can see over in the corner there, I have a neck roll, or the Minnie Mouse pink and white neck roll for the baby. I guess you're wondering, where in the heck is she going to get that in there? Because that's just not going to work. And you're absolutely right. It did not work. But again, I'm going to do something really creative with that and those keys. So just hang with me until the end. Here, I am just placing the box top on there, just making sure I get a good snug fit. All right, just testing it out a little bit, kind of showing you the finished product of what it's going to look like. I put it on my Lazy Susan so we can get a 360 view of everything, and I'm liking it thus far. Okay, so I got 2 spools of curling ribbon. Okay, I absolutely love my curling ribbon for kids boxes and for baby boxes. It's just really, really festive, and I have a ton of it. So every time I get to use it, I do. Right here, I'm just measuring how much ribbon I'm going to need to secure that box top on this baby box. Okay, measurements don't have to be totally exact, so I just eyeball it, and if I need less, I just cut it off. If I need more, I just add more. Pretty simple. Okay, now on this cake box, there's slits down at the bottom, okay, to keep your ribbon from sliding off of the box. I thought that was really ingenious. There's 4 slits down there, and that's where I placed that ribbon through. Now, here, I'm thinking I'm going to tie this ribbon. Okay, I slid the ribbon under the bottom, and I'm going to tie it on top. And then I started thinking about it, and I'm like, wait a minute, I don't want to do that. Let's invert it. And you're going to see what I mean in just a minute. I didn't want the crisscross on the box to be on the top. Okay, you'll see me trying it here and deciding, wait a minute, I don't want the curling edges to be under the bottom. So what I'm going to do is take it and invert it. In other words, I am going to start the tie from the top. There you go. And then bring it under the bottom where those slits are. This is going to allow for the crisscross to be under the bottom, like so. I'm going to straighten that out just a little bit. There you go. And that way we can pull the string on the top. And that's going to give me the string that I need to secure the rest of the items on the box and to tie that box top down really nice and tight. Okay, and that's what I'm doing here. Guys, I know I've already asked you, but if you've gotten this far in the video and you haven't hit the thumbs up or commented or even subscribed to the channel if you haven't already, now would be a really, really good time to do that. I really would appreciate it. Give the video a thumbs up. It gives us, keeps us active in the algorithm. So if you haven't done it, I sure would appreciate it. Thanks. Okay, so I wanted a little extra ribbon. As you can see, that knot is tied right there on top. And I like my baby boxes with lots and lots of ribbon. To me, it just makes it look really festive. And I don't know. Sometimes for these, I don't know, you just can never have enough ribbon. But there's also another purpose for all of this ribbon, because what I'm going to do is that neck roll pillow that I couldn't get in the box, I am going to secure it on top of the box along with the baby keys. Okay, so there I am adding that extra ribbon on there. And of course, I'm going to curl that ribbon, and I wanted to show you what it looks like under the bottom. Okay. Again, this is just a cake box that I got from Amazon. I ordered them in bulk. I can't even tell you how much they are. I've had them for so long. If you're interested, though, I'll go on my history and find the link, and I definitely can do like a video short of the how we assemble it in the link. Okay, so remember I told you the neck roll pillow? That's a Disney baby neck roll pillow. I think I got that from, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was Dollar General one year on one of their clearances. They had two and I bought them both. I've had them for a while, so again, I can't really tell you. I can tell you where I got it, but I'm pretty sure it was on a pretty decent sale. Okay, so I took that neck roll pillow and basically all I did was secure it under the ribbon. See, and it's holding there really, really tight because that ribbon is really, really taut. Okay, and of course I'm going to secure it again in the back just to make sure it doesn't slip off with that same piece of curling ribbon. Right? So we're going to sit that right there on top. All right. I left the tag on it so mom or the recipient, mom or dad or whomever, knows what it is, that it is a Disney neck roll pillow for the baby. Those are really good for cars. They're little car seats. If you notice, right there in that tag, for that Disney tag on top of that neck roll pillow, there's a little metal divot that has a little hole in it. Okay, and that is where I hung the keys. I did open up the package of keys. I'm sorry, I forgot to film that, and hang right on the side, on the outside of the box. Okay, I was trying to decide of what color ribbon I wanted to use. I had the pink and white polka dot ribbon like the Minnie Mouse, but it didn't show up like I really wanted it to because of the colors were the same. So then I just decided, you know what? I have some really pretty baby pink polka dot. You know, I'm a polka dot girl, those of you guys that follow me. And I decided that let's just go ahead and make a baby pink polka dot bow. And that's what I'm doing here. I do have a couple of bow tutorials if you go back and search the history of my channel, or they're all over YouTube, guys. There's all kinds of people showing you how to do bows. So I slowed it down just a little bit here just to show you what I'm doing. Okay, and what I'm going to do here is make 3 loops because I want that bow to be exaggerated. I want it to be really full. I love working with ribbons. And hey, you know, if you can't do a handmade bow, there's a apparatus out there called the Bowdabra. I have one and I have used it. And it works really, really good. So if you can't do handmade bows, you know, it's okay to use that Bowdabra or whatever other kind of bow making apparatus that, you know, you guys are comfortable with using. Okay, so there I am. I'm gonna, like I said, create 3 loops on each side. Again, if you haven't already, please like the video, comment, share it. And again, if you aren't a subscriber, I sure would appreciate it if you'd come on over to the channel. We have a great community of designers, and we would love, love, love for you to become a part, of our sisterhood and brotherhood, because actually there are some guys on here too that do designing. Okay, guys, so there we go. That is the finished product with my bow. I'm taking that same curling ribbon and I'm going to secure it there. Sometimes I use pipe cleaner, sometimes I use zip ties, but for this particular bow, I'm just going to go ahead and secure it with that same curling ribbon to match the ribbon that's already on the box. And there I am, fluffing it out just a little bit. So when I attach it, voila, we're going to attach it right on top of that neck roll pillow. There you can see those keys hanging down there in the back. Okay, so I just secured the bow right on top of that neck roll pillow. I went ahead and curled all that beautiful ribbon. It almost looks like a cake. Okay, so there's the keys hanging right there on the side. Like I said, I couldn't get them in the box. I didn't like it, but I definitely went ahead and hung it on the side. That's just a picture of all the items that went in the box and before I embellished it and the finished product. Thanks for sticking and staying with me. This is Crystal with a basket case. Bye for now.